Hello and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. The reason, well, maybe you are not even watching it right now in the time where it was initially uploaded, but there is a little bit of time space between the last uploads, and the reason behind that was I thought I accidentally deleted a video and I got really upset and really angry on everything, and turns out it wasn't the case, but I was just too uppity to record after that. So yeah, there was a slight delay. Anyway, now let's go on. Wait, did I say welcome back to Katawa Shoujo? If not, welcome back. Once again, Hanako doesn't turn up for class. Try as I might to concentrate on other matters, this fact continues to distract me throughout the entire school day, and even as I walk through the school gardens to the dormitories. I don't think today being her birthday is a coincidence either. I don't know the link between the two events though, nor do I have any idea on what she's feeling. Where at physical pain, I could at least provide some limited comfort. With something like this though, I have no idea where to start. I run the people I know through my head, thinking about whether they could help. Shizen and Misha don't know that much about Hanako, and what little they do know, they can't tell me. Same for the nurse. In the end, there's only one person that knows Hanako well and would be willing to tell me anything. Wait, who could that be? The librarian? Well, actually, I would say it's Lily, but Lily's not here, and she wouldn't tell you everything. Entering my dormitory room, I notice something that takes me off guard. It's starting to feel familiar. With everything that's going on around me, I'm thankful that this room started to finally be somewhere I can relax a little. When I first entered Yamaku, it felt immediately foreign in every way, from the untouched neatness to the way it smelled. Focusing back on the task at hand, I throw my bag onto the bed as I open the top drawer of my desk. Before she left, Lily told me the number to call her on while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. In hindsight, I wonder if she knew something like this could happen. Now that she's out of reach, I realize just how much both Hanako and I have relied on her for guidance. I dig around drawer after drawer, looking for that damn piece of paper. Eventually, thankfully, I find it nestled under the borrowed library book. I probably should have just entered it directly into my cell phone. Come to think of it. Without further ado, I enter the numbers and anxiously press the call button. Eventually the phone picks up, a feminine voice I don't recognize on the other end. It's probably Lily's mother. What has Lily's mother to do with her cell phone? Or maybe... Oh, yeah, maybe it's the landline. Oh, he doesn't understand English. Sato? English? Suddenly finding myself unprepared, I realize I can't understand a word she says, either due to my limited vocabulary or her heavy accent. I should have anticipated this, since according to Lily, her mother is a native Scot. I soldier on in the hope that she must know some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. It's Hisao Nakai speaking. An enthusiastic sound of realization can be heard as she recognizes the language. My feeling of relief is immense. Oh. Oh, you must be one of Lily's friends from school, correct? Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she is saying. Yes, that's right. Pleased to speak to you, Miss Sato. It's nice of her to find someone so polite. Lily, dear, it's for you. Her mother seems nice, if a little over-enthusiastic given the mundane situation. There's a small silence as Lily takes her time getting to the phone. In the distance, I can just make out her mother scolding her playfully for just getting up. Oh, yeah, the time zones. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She makes a sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yarn. Oh, the one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. Oh, it'd be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse. Not feeling well? Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. Hanako's not well, is she? That was quick. My assumption that she must have known something like this could happen seems to have been on the mark. How did you know? 'Cause today's her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you, but how is she right now? She missed school today and yesterday. I still have to check up on her today. To be honest, after seeing how she was when I talked to her yesterday, I'm pretty anxious. I really have no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Is it related to her scarring in some way? Fortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when her birthday came up. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for their death. What she says does seem to make sense. If she's blaming herself on her birthday, she may well be wooing that she was ever born. Oh, the music. Hanako had mentioned her stay in the orphanage to me. Maybe I should take some heart that she trusts me enough to tell me such a thing. Lily is seeming so in the dark about it though, almost to the extent that I am is a surprise. So that's why she lives in the student dormitories as well. Has she told you any more about the accident? As close as we've come, she's very barely told me anything about what happened. What I know about it is largely conjecture. She sounds depressed, almost defeated. Considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through, I really can't fault Lily for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily. With everything she's gone through... There's a long silence from the other end of the line. I begin to wonder if the call cut out before the voice at the other end speaks once again. There is another person, though, that has been a subject of worry for me as of late. Oh? I went through the people she could be talking about in my head. Only friends she seems to keep very close are Hanako and me, though there's Akira as well. Nope, she's speaking of you, silly Billy. Why silly Billy? That person is you, Iso. There's another silence on the line, but this time it's caused by me. Making others worry about me is something I've very actively tried to avoid since coming to Yamaku. Indeed, even my interaction with Hanako has helped stave off any major health problems, thanks to our relaxed and slow-paced lives. What is there to worry about over me? I apologize. I didn't mean any offense. Sorry, I was just taken a bit off guard. Still, isn't Hanako a bigger problem at the moment? For some time now, I've thought that the both of you may be feeding into each other's more worrying habits. I tried to amend this before leaving, but it seems to have done little. Worrying habits? When I asked you about what you had in mind for the future, your answer was very similar to what Hanako has said in the past when that question was posed to her. Wait, what was that? What was that? I want to find out what was that. I want to find it out. Okay, I was going through every video I ever did and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find when she asked about what Hisao had in mind for the future. I couldn't find it. I was going through everything fast forward and so forth and so on, and I couldn't find it. So please, by any means, if you know at which episode it was, please tell me down in the comment section. I feel very awful for not finding it. I looked for about 10-15 minutes in fast forward mode, mind you. So everywhere where Lily and Hisao was alone, I was going there structurally and so on and so on. And I just looked, where could it be? Where could the line be? But I couldn't find it. 15 minutes sounds a little bit short though. Anyway, let's go on. We just assume. But I would really like to know, but I can't find it right now. The past when that question was posed to her. It is well and good to want to protect her, but I fear that treating Hanako like this, as if she were a daughter or someone in need of special care, is only going to achieve the opposite. Oh, now I remember it! I know that was somewhere. I remember the dialogue, but I can't pinpoint. In which episode it was. I really can't pinpoint it, but I remember that we talked about that. Treat it like this, as if I was someone in need of special care, is only going to achieve the opposite. The situation got effectively turned on its head. After everything that's happened, this is the first time I find myself doubting Lily's judgment. Why would you do that? Okay, this is a special occasion. I have to create more safe states. Agree with Lily. Trust my own judgment. I mean, Lily knows her for way longer than I do, and I mean way longer. I just entered Hanako's life very shortly still. So, I mean, why would he so doubt Lily's judgment? Seriously, why? He himself is full of problems and full of conflicts that are roaming inside him, and so the only one who's really objective about this is Lily. Lily is her best friend, and she knows more than I do. I'm very sure that Lily knows more about Hanako than I do. So we offered our help to Hanako, and we should not force ourselves onto Hanako. If we force her, she will reject us. I have the weird feeling if we would force our help onto Hanako when she doesn't want anyone around them at the time. It really felt like it. I mean, she was just like, so, yeah, I give it to me, and no, I don't want you in here. Boop. And the door was closed. I mean, if we would force our way through to her, I think that would be the worst thing we can do. So I agree with Lily. There's no two ways around it. This is the first time I'm convinced that we should listen to Lily. At least at this stage of the relationship we have with them. I don't want to admit it, but she may have a point. Something else bugs me though. And you tried to amend this? Wait, or our outing into the city? Quite astute. I thought that it might help if I dragged both of you out of Yamako and into the wider world. I'm thankful you became closer for it, though. Wait, what? Now I'm confused. Situation got effectively turned on its head after everything that's happened. This is the first time I found myself doubting his judgment, but she's tried to amend this. Our outing in the city, quite astute. I thought that it might help if I dragged you out. I'm thankful you became closer for it, though. So she noticed that. I suppose she may well have been paying attention to us, and her hearing's incredibly good. Quite likely good enough to... Shit! I accidentally hit my thing while I was trying to get my microphone a little bit further away. So she... Suppose she may... Ugh. Sorry, I start over, okay? So she noticed that. I suppose she may well have been paying attention to us, and her hearing's incredibly good. Quite likely good enough to have picked up what we were talking about if she tried. This sounds more like you were manipulating us. Silence. It's a harsh way of putting it, but I have no intention of stepping back from those words. I'm sorry. I was just worried about you. It's fine. I guess there are more important things anyway. It's not a total surprise that she'd do such a thing. Her motherly nature can be slightly overbearing at times, but she does have the best of intentions. So you think I should think about myself more instead of trying to cater to Hanako? That largely sums it up. Again, I'm sorry for not telling you this in a clearer way before going behind your back. I know I'm at least as guilty of being overprotective of Hanako as you, but I fear that you are neglecting yourself in your efforts to give Hanako happiness. Oh, that's... Do you really think Hanako will be okay? She survived before. See, she is going through this about... How many years now? 10 years at least. And she survived till this day. She will survive it another year. Or at least another day. She isn't as fragile as you think. I don't know exactly what experience she's lived through, or what feelings she has in her mind, but she has managed to work her way through them until now. See? See exactly what I said, even though this sounds better. It's also my hope that giving her a little space will allow her to decide what she truly wants for herself, and give her the initiative to reach out for it. Oh, why didn't I talk about this? I was thinking that if she wanted help, she could come to us, and she knew she could do it. I totally forgot to say it because I thought, no, that would be a little bit too much of comment on my side, but okay. Please have faith in Hanako. That's all I ask. I guess I think about it for a while. That's good. Being rash won't get you anywhere. I know that at times you may doubt your relationship to Hanako, but she does... Lily cuts herself off and takes a moment to reconsider her words. Please, keep in mind that I wouldn't have befriended you if I hadn't thought you are a fundamentally good person. You are a good friend, both to myself and to Hanako. So sweet! Wouldn't have befriended you if I hadn't thought you a fundamentally good person. That's such a nice thing to say. That's really a nice thing to say. I don't even know what's going on. Oh god. Oh, get yourself together, man. I know she doesn't mean me in particular, but but at that point, he's as screwed up as I am and just tries to be. Thank you. That helps. We share some small talk to try and lighten the atmosphere, but it feels very stilted. There's a lot I don't know about Lily's stay in Scotland, but after such a heavy subject, I want to be alone for a bit to think. After a few minutes, we end up saying our goodbyes, and I set my phone on my desk. Compared to Hanako's situation, mine feels utterly mundane. I still have both of my parents. I had a reasonably normal childhood, and unlike many in Yamako, my condition isn't immediately visible to the public. But then again, isn't this just an attempt to justify the way I've been acting towards her? That may well be what our pasts were like, but when it comes to the future, I still have no idea what I want to do. As do I. In school, I've just concentrated on each day's work, and I've put off more and more things to cater to Hanako. I recall the words Muturu told me after Hanako's breakdown about the purpose of Yamako and my education. In hindsight, he was probably trying to push exactly the same thing. Just what have I been doing in the time since my heart attack? If I ever did manage to get Hanako out of her room and to open up, what then? I look out of my dormitory window as the sun slowly sets. It's a nice sight, but what I really savor is the quiet as the students return to their dormitory rooms. All I want to do now is think. I'm not sure how much time I have, but I want to work out where I'll go from here. I actually don't really want to end this, but I think, yeah, it felt shorter, and I think those are good ending points. When this circle comes, it's almost every time about over 20 minutes. So, yeah, that was a very, that was a very, very heartstring choking episode. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it so far. Well, what you could find an enjoyment in it. And I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Stay tuned.